Millions of years ago, before humans ever existed, Earth was a completely different world, a planet where survival belonged only to the strongest. The oceans were dark and mysterious. The forests were filled with creatures bigger than anything we see today. Some had teeth longer than a human hand, some had bodies heavier than cars, and some were so strange that even today, scientists struggle to imagine how they existed. But every single one of them was real. Their bones, footprints, and fossils tell the story of a lost world. A world where one mistake could make you another creature's next meal. Megalodon, expansion. Imagine being a small creature swimming in the ancient ocean. Everything looks peaceful until the water around you suddenly becomes dark, not because of a storm, but because something massive is moving above you. A shadow bigger than a bus slowly passes through the water. Then, suddenly, a giant mouth appears. Thousands of sharp teeth attack from nowhere. This was Megalodon. It was not just powerful because of its size, it was a perfect ocean hunter. Its body was built for speed, strength, and destruction. A single bite could break through the bones of massive whales. For millions of years, this giant shark controlled the oceans, but even the greatest predators cannot escape change. The planet cooled, the oceans changed, and the food chain that supported Megalodon started collapsing. Its last hunts became desperate. Fewer whales, colder water, no escape. The Ocean King slowly disappeared from Earth forever, and its teeth still wash up on beaches today. The only proof it ever existed. Titanoboa expansion. Millions of years ago, the forests were completely different. The air was hot, the trees were huge, and hidden inside the swamp was a creature that looked impossible. Titanoboa, the largest snake ever discovered. This was not a normal snake, it was a living monster. Its body was so large that it could wrap around massive prey and crush it completely. A human would look tiny next to this creature. Unlike modern snakes, Titanoboa lived in a world perfect for its giant size. Warm temperatures allowed its body to grow bigger than any snake alive today. But nature changed. The warm environment slowly disappeared, the jungle cooled down, and the giant snake lost the world that created it. Its final days were spent in shrinking swamps, its massive body no longer fed by the heat it needed. The biggest snake in history became another fossil buried in time. Spinosaurus expansion. When people imagine dinosaurs, they usually think about T-Rex, but another predator was even more unique. Spinosaurus. This dinosaur was not just a land hunter, it was a monster built for both land and water. Its long jaws worked like a crocodile's. Its body was powerful, and the giant sail on its back made it look completely different from anything alive today. Imagine standing near an ancient river. Suddenly, the water moves. A huge creature rises from below. Spinosaurus attacks. Its prey had almost no chance, but its world slowly disappeared. The rivers and wetlands changed. The fish it depended on became harder to find. Its last hunts ended empty. The rivers dried. The giant had nowhere left to go, and without its environment, even a giant predator could not survive. Sarcosuchus expansion. Long before humans existed, rivers belonged to another ruler, Sarcosuchus, the super croc. This was a crocodile unlike anything today. It was almost the size of a bus, and it had one of the strongest jaws in the ancient world. Most animals near the water never saw it coming. A dinosaur could walk to the river for a drink. Everything seemed safe. Then suddenly, the water exploded. The giant crocodile attacked. It grabbed its victim and pulled it underwater. The river became a death trap. But Earth was constantly changing. The rivers that created this monster disappeared. The world that created this monster slowly disappeared. And the giant supercroc vanished along with its ancient world. Dunkleosteus expansion. Before dinosaurs ruled the planet, the oceans already had their own nightmare. Dunkleosteus. This creature looked like a giant armored machine. Its body was covered in heavy protection, but the most terrifying part was its mouth. It did not need normal teeth. Its skull formed sharp bone blades that could cut through prey. Imagine a creature swimming toward you, covered like a tank, with jaws designed like weapons. It was one of the strongest hunters of its time. Nothing in the ocean was safe. But then the seas changed. A massive extinction event destroyed ancient marine life. Oxygen levels dropped. The oceans became dangerous even for powerful predators. And Dunkleosteus disappeared into history. Quetzalcoatlus expansion. The sky was not always peaceful. There was a time when giant creatures controlled the air. Quetzalcoatlus, one of the largest flying animals ever known. Its wings were wider than many small airplanes. On the ground, it was as tall as a giraffe. Imagine looking up and seeing a creature that huge flying above you. It could walk across the land searching for food, then suddenly rise into the sky. It was like a living prehistoric aircraft. But its story ended with one of Earth's biggest disasters. The asteroid impact changed everything. The climate collapsed, plants died, food chains broke, and the giant flyer disappeared with the dinosaurs. Entelodon expansion. The ancient world also had terrifying mammals. Not every monster had scales or wings. Some walked on four legs. The entelodont, the hell pig. This creature was a giant aggressive animal with powerful jaws. It was not like a peaceful farm pig. It was built for survival. It could fight, it could hunt, and it could crush bones. Fossils show signs of brutal battles between these animals. They attacked each other with huge teeth and powerful bites. But the world changed again. Forests became open grasslands. New predators became faster and smarter. The hell pig could not compete forever. The ancient giant mammal slowly disappeared. Arthropleura expansion. If you think modern insects are scary, imagine a world with giant ones. Arthropleura, the largest land bug ever discovered. This creature was like a giant armored millipede. It could grow longer than a human. Walking through an ancient forest would have been terrifying. The ground could move beneath your feet, leaves could shake, and then a huge armored creature could appear from the shadows. It moved slowly, but nothing could stop it. Its armored body made it nearly impossible to attack. Even large predators avoided it. But these giant bugs needed a very specific world. The ancient atmosphere had much higher oxygen levels. The forests were enormous. But when Earth changed, the oxygen decreased, the forests disappeared, and the giant insects became impossible to maintain. These creatures once ruled the planet. They hunted, they fought, they survived for millions of years. But Earth always changes. The monsters of the past are gone, and all that remains are their fossils. A reminder that the history of our planet is stranger and scarier than any movie. If these creatures fought each other, which one do you think would win? Comment below and subscribe for more incredible things.